any chances, in your opinion, of the Accord to pass through the British Parliament on Saturday?
Well, it's really 50-50 whether it will get through. If it's rejected or if it's approved, it will just be by a handful of votes, because it is that tight. Because there's some Conservative MPs who are no doubt against the agreement, but at this moment in time it may seem that actually there's more of a chance of it being voted down. And I'm sure that as the analysis comes in, as we sort of go through this agreement, as my organisation is doing, we're finding things in the withdrawal agreement and the political declaration which are unpalatable and unacceptable. So the more it's analysed, the more we can find that this is really just Theresa May's agreement reheated, and essentially nothing has changed.
People on the Brexit side will try to exploit division and say the problem is foreigners. That's what they always say.
Never said that at all. It's simple economic fact. You're trying to mischaracterise my points because you don't have any good arguments, because you made the case in the referendum that we would be damaged if we left the European Union, and the reverse happened. And now this is Project Fear 3.0.
This is really happening. This is happening now.
So if I may, and services. This is the reality of what's happening. This is Project Fear 2.0. It's not happening.
Project Fear. It's Project Reality.
The reality is our exports are up. The figures are showing that our exporting goods is up by 16% in 2017.
The European Union, if I may finish.
It's just an attempt by Remainers to undo the first referendum, undo the election result where 80% of MPs were elected on the manifesto commitment of respecting the referendum, honouring the referendum, taking us out of the European Union. And this is going to be an affront to democracy which won't be tolerated. But the biggest problem is they do not know what the question is. There has not been a majority in Parliament so far. They don't know what the question is. And the mechanics of holding a referendum, it takes around a year to get one through. Are we really going to delay Brexit by a year? It's already been over 1,000 days since the referendum result. People will not tolerate further delays, and neither will the European Union. They voted against another referendum. It's not happening. We need to move forward and implement the result of the last one.
You can say it's not happening, but ultimately, I'm afraid it's our MPs that decide what's happening, not you.
It's the British people who ultimately have had their say in the first referendum. There is no overwhelming support for a second referendum. We can all talk about and choose our own polls, but let's implement the biggest poll in British political history, the referendum of the 23rd of June 2016.
If it all goes to the wall, we need a backup plan in order to ditch the mess.
Your real plan is to have another vote to try and keep us in the European Union. That's your plan, the same old plan, the previous idea of having Britain in the EU. That idea failed. That was rejected by the British people.
You're as cold as ice.
When it comes to Brexit, no network could do better than booking Robert Oulds, the director of the Bruges Group, a Margaret Thatcher-founded think tank that has been at the forefront of the Brexit debate. Robert Oulds, he's feared by room owners, but he's loved by journalists because he's about the facts. Book him today and watch your lineup heat up. Robert Oulds, just the facts.